I am Anwar Jahan, Assistant Teacher, Dr. Khastagir Government Girls High School. Today I am going to take the class on English second paper for class 9. Good morning to everyone. How are you, my dear students? Hope you are doing well. Alhamdulillah, I am also doing fine. But for long times I did not have any class with you. Perhaps it's more than 2 months. That's why I was missing you a lot. And today I am so excited to see all the lovely faces of my students, new students. But it's not possible for us uh, to meet with one another because still we are taking the classes, online classes. We are taking the online classes because of coronavirus. So nothing to do. Welcome to my today's class. I'm going to take a class on grammar today. Perhaps it's not included with your syllabus, but I think it's very important for you to know because next you'll have to take the classes on tech questions, and I think it's related to it. That's why today I'm going to take the class on models. Do you know what is models? And we are going to perhaps you just learned about models in class 7 and 8. Now you are in class 9, but you didn't have the regular classes for a long time. That's why perhaps you just forgot about the models. What are they? What are the characteristics of them? That's why I think it will be better for you to have a little bit discussion on the topic. So let's go. Today I am going to take the class on models. In the last unit, you had the classes perhaps on verbs and tenses. Now you are the students of class 9. You just learned about modals and the verbs and tenses in your previous classes. I know. Okay? But for a long time you didn't have the regular classes. That's why perhaps you just forgot many of the important information about the verbs and tenses and also modals. That's why today I just selected the modals for you. As the next class we will have the class on tech question. Okay, so what is modals? Most of the students, I think you just heard the term modals. What is modals? Okay, you just think for a while. Okay, what is modals? Okay, I am not giving any definition now. Okay, just I want you to have a look at the dialogue and listen the conversation. There is a conversation between a grandma and a granddaughter. Okay, grandma, good morning. Can I help you? Granddaughter, morning. Could you please help washing my face? Grandma, yes, sure. Granddaughter, could you please put some toothpaste on my toothbrush? Grandma, okay, here it is. Granddaughter, thanks. Would you please give me the towel? Because I can't reach it. Grandma, okay, any other help? Granddaughter, nothing, thanks. Okay, the first dialogue, good morning, can I help you? Can is used at the beginning of the sentence and before help. So what is can here? Can is auxiliary in this sentence. Why it is used? It is used for asking something. Okay. Number 2, granddaughter, morning. Could you please help washing my face? Could you please? Could is used to make the question, and it's also a request. The granddaughter is requesting her grandma to give to help washing her face. Could is not used for expressing the past form of can here. Could is used for polite request. Okay. Again, granddaughter asking, could you please put some toothpaste on my toothbrush? Okay. For polite request, the granddaughter using could here. Okay. Put is principal verb and could is auxiliary. And grandma, okay, here it is. Granddaughter, thanks. Would you please? Would is used here. Would you please give his principal verb? And would is used again for polite request. So would and could are used for polite request, not for expressing the tense. Because I can't reach it. Reach is a principal verb and can't can't is modals auxiliary, expressing something negative. He is not able to do something. Okay. Grandma, okay. Any other help? Granddaughter, nothing. Thanks. So, you can see a lot of modals are used. A lot of modals auxiliaries are used here. Okay. What are they? Can, could, would. These are called the modals. Why? Because these auxiliaries are used for expressing different kind of mood of the speaker. These are not used for making the tense form. So, in the conversation, you can find some modals auxiliaries. What are they? They are can, could, would, can't. Okay? So, I think you have got an idea about the modals. You are using a lot of modals from class 3. Okay? Now there is a list of verbs that are used in the conversation. Okay? Can, help, could, put, would, give, can, reach, all are verbs. But these verbs are not in one type. There are different kinds. Can is used for helping the principal verb. Help, could, okay. Help is principal verb here. Could, auxiliary. Put, principal. Would, auxiliary. Give, principal. Can, auxiliary. Reach, principal. So, in the list, you can see there are two kinds of verbs. One is principal, another one is auxiliary or helping verbs. Helping verbs are the verbs that can help the principal verbs. Okay, but what kind of auxiliaries are they? We are just going to learn. Okay, are the same type verbs according to their rule? You will see, my dear students, you will see no. So, we got two kinds of verb there. Number 1, helping and auxiliary, and number 2, principal. So, what are the auxiliaries here? Can, could, would are auxiliaries, and put, give, reach are principal verbs here. You know, they are different. But why? Do you know why they are different? Okay. Why they are different? They are different because their purpose of Their purpose are different, their rule are different in the sentence, and some are helping the principal verbs. That's why they are auxiliaries. Okay, they cannot express their meaning by themselves. They need to take help from the other verbs. So that's why they are auxiliaries. And put, give, reach are the principal. Okay, they can express their meaning without taking the help of other verbs. Do you know why they are different? This is a question sentence, and this sentence is uh, made by do at the beginning. Okay, we use do auxiliary at the beginning of the question sentence. So why we use here do? We use do here for making the correct tense form. Is it not? Do you know? Do you know why they are different? This is present form. This question is in present form. That's why we use do for the you is second person, and so second person present indefinite. That's why we use do here to make the question sentence. Okay. So do is auxiliary. Can, could, would are auxiliary. But there are difference between can, could, would and do. What are the difference? Do you have any idea about that? I think many of the students have the idea, but some are confused. Is it not? Okay. So I just add something with your thinking. Okay. You are some students, or many of the students are thinking that what are they, but you are not able to give your answer because it's online class, so it's very difficult. Okay, can, could, would are the auxiliaries. These are helping the principal verb, but these are not used for making the tense form. They are just expressing different mood. But do is used for making the tense form, not for expressing the mood of the sentence in the sentence. Okay, so we got two types of auxiliary. One is can, could, would. They are modals auxiliary, that because that can express different kind of mood of the speaker in the sentences. And do is primary auxiliaries. Primary auxiliaries help the principal verb, and they can make different kind of tenses. They can use making the tense form of the sentence. Okay, I think now you can classify the verbs according to their function. First, there are two kinds of verb. Number one, principal. Number two, auxiliary. Next, there are two kinds of auxiliaries. Number one, primary, and then modals. Primary auxiliaries help to identify tenses and tense forming. Number two, modals auxiliaries helps to express different mood in the sentences. Okay, is it clear? Okay, let's have a look on the examples. Okay, these slides will give you some different idea about models. Okay, just look at the example. Okay, number one, you may go to Dhaka. May expressing the possibility. You have the possibility to go to Dhaka. Okay, number two, and you might see many things there. If you go to Dhaka, you can see many things, or you can't. You may not. There is also some possibility to see many things there. Okay, so might is also expressing there the possibility. Would you like to visit the national park? Could is used for asking something politely. Okay? You should study regularly. Should. You will have to study regularly. You will have to study regularly. Your advice should is used for advice. Could I use your laptop? Could is used for asking something politely. For polite request, we use could at the beginning of the question. Okay? Could is not used here for making the tense form. Okay? So number 1 to 5, there are some auxiliaries. These are These are expressing number 1 possibility, number 2 in sentence number 2 possibility, sentence number 3 for asking polite request, number 4 for advice, number 5 for polite request we use the modals. Okay. Number 6, did you visit Dhaka? This question is for past. Someone asking the information from you. The first information, did you visit Dhaka? In Bangla, তুমি কি ঢাকা visit ভ্রমণ করেছিলে? This question is for the past tense. So did is used for past tense. Number 7, are you reading storybooks? Someone is asking some books and you are asking him, are you reading storybook? This question is for present continuous tense. That's why R is used at the beginning of the question and there is ing form at the end of the principal verb. So this R is used for, this auxiliary is used for making the present continuous tense. Number 8, do you have any toy? Do is used for present indefinite and for second person. So from sentence 6 to the question, from 6 to 8, the auxiliaries are used for expressing the different tenses. Okay, so there is difference. From 1 to 5, the sentences from 1 to 5 expressing the different mood, but sentences from 6 to 8 are not expressing the mood. They are expressing the tense of the particular tense of the sentences. Okay? Is it clear? Okay. So now you can make the definition, I think. So in the meantime, you have the idea about the primary auxiliary and the modals auxiliary. And I think now you are able to make the definition. You have some idea about modals auxiliaries because a lot of examples we discussed before. And I think this example, this conversation certainly will help you to make the definition. Is it not? Are you agree with me? Yes, of course. So there is a definition. There is a definition for you. You can make another definition, another nicer definition. Okay? Just you look at the definition here. Modals auxiliaries are the auxiliaries that can express different mood in the sentences, and they can be used to express possibility, certainty, ability, request, permission, obligation, prohibition, adverse, etc. So what is the difference between primary auxiliaries and modals? So you have the idea, you have got some idea about the primary auxiliaries and the modals auxiliaries. Primary auxiliaries are the auxiliaries that are used for making tense. Okay? For expressing particular tense, we use the primary auxiliaries, and we use the modals auxiliaries to express the different moods of the in the sentences. Okay. So what are the difference? There are difference. Okay. Primary auxiliaries used for past and other tenses also, and can change form. The auxiliaries used for past and the other tenses, and also can change form. I'm giving some example of that. Primary auxiliary. I ate. I ate rice. When I will make it negative, I will say I don't eat rice. I don't eat rice. Okay. He likes. He likes banana. He doesn't like banana. He likes. I eat. I eat. There is no S or ES. He likes. There is a S or ES. I do. I don't. He does. He doesn't. Form is changing. Okay? Can change form according to the tense and according to the person. The primary auxiliary can change. Okay? But the modals don't. If I say, I can play piano, he can play piano. We never say he can. Okay? Number two, according to the person, primary auxiliary differ, but modals don't. Okay. We have got the examples before. So I'm not giving the another example for this. First one, the primary auxiliary is related to an infinitive, but there is no infinitive form of modals. Do you know what is infinitive? Can you remember? Infinitive is the form of verb when it receives to before the root form. When we use to before the root form of verb, this structure is considered as infinitive form. Okay, the primary auxiliary is related to an infinitive. The infinitive can be used with primary auxiliaries, but we never use infinitive form of modals. We can do, we could do, we will do, should do. Never, we never use. So the primary auxiliary is related to an infinitive, but there is no infinitive form of modals. Is it clear? Okay. There are some other examples. Look at the examples. This slide certainly will give you different idea about the models. Okay. Number one, I can play football and my friend can play cricket. Well, okay, we already discussed the point. Modals, we never change the modals according to the tense or according to the person. That's why we use can for I and we also use can for my friend. Okay, can is expressing the ability. Okay, but to can is used in same form. After third person singular, my friend is third person singular, but we didn't add s or es after can because can is modals here, and we know that modals cannot receive s or es, cannot change the form of the verb, form of it. Okay, is it clear? Number two, could you please give me a glass of cold water? Could is used at the beginning of the question sentence. You know that could is the first form of can. But in this sentence, could is not used for expressing the first tense. Could is used here to make the polite request. Number 3, would you like to have a glass of lemonade? This sentence is a question sentence, and would is also used here for polite request. So we can use could and would as a modals for making question and for polite request. If you want to ask someone very politely, you can use could or would at the beginning of your question. Is it clear? Okay. We should find a place to say it. Again, we suppose we some friends are having a discussion, but this place is not suitable, or they while standing when they have a discussion. That's why they someone just gave the suggested them to find a place to say it. Okay, so should is used for giving suggestion. That means it will be better if we find a place to say it. Find is a principal verb, should is modals auxiliary, and should is used here for suggestion. Okay. Then you must submit your assignment tomorrow. Must is used here for obligation. That means you are obliged to submit your assignment tomorrow. Must, we don't express here any tense form. Okay. Last one, you could read books or do some writing to improve your English. If you want to improve your English, you could read some English books, or you could do some writing. Okay, so someone are giving you suggestion. If you want to improve your English, you could read books or do some writing in English. So could is used for giving suggestion here. So from all the examples, we can find the modals can be used for different purposes. They can express different kind of mood. They don't express the tense form. Okay? Now, we have got the idea that each modal has a number of meaning and can therefore be used to express different mood or function. And different modals can be used for same expression. That means each modals can is a modal can express a number of meaning and can therefore be used to express different mood. I'm giving some example of it. Number 1, I can work first. I can work first. Okay. Number 1, I can work first. Can express the ability. I have the ability to work first. Okay. So can express here the ability of the speaker. Number 2, when I say you can go now. You can go now. There is someone in my room, but I don't want him to stay here anymore. And I am saying him or her, you can go now. You can go now. Just I am giving him permission to go out. So can is used for giving permission here. If I ask, can I use your laptop? Can is used here to ask something, to ask question, or to take permission. You are asking question, you are making a question. Why are you making the question? You are making the question to take the permission. To give permission, to take permission, you can use the can modals. To express the ability, you can use the can modals. So each modals has a number of meaning and can therefore be used to express different mode or function. And different modals can be used for the same expression. I'm giving some example. You should obey your parents. And you ought to obey your parents or teachers. Should and ought to both are used for same purpose. You may go to Dhaka. You might go to Dhaka. Okay, may and might also used for the same purpose. Okay, so different modals can be used for the same expression. And there is a very nice homework for you at page 96.